Niaje wase. TapTap Send Money Transfer has launched its app in Kenya. Send money to M-Pesa and Kenyan bank accounts. Send money quickly at the best rate. Hassle-free. Available in the UK, France, Italy, Spain, Netherlands, Belgium and Germany. Tumaki too.
Hello everyone. Thank you for joining us. We're just starting just about a few minutes, 2 minutes plus, but we're here to get ourselves started because we have our guest here. As you can see, we are all here, all of us together. We're actually hosts at the same time. So we are live on Facebook on our page for the registration, the Kenya Diaspora United Organizations in Europe, and we are also live on YouTube. So we're going to share these links again. And if you're here, share as much as you can so that we are all connected. So how are you? Hi, Agnes. How are you today? You're muted. You're muted. Let me unmute you.
I have to unmute myself. Yes, I'm okay. Sorry. I'm very okay. Thank you. And I hope you're fine too. I'm glad to be here.
Thank you for making time to be with us today. How are you, Ben? All the way from Berlin, Germany.
Yeah, hello. Hi, Joy. Hi, Agnes. Oh, happy to see you guys. You've started the week in a full energy mode, eh?
I know.
Wow, that's a good start of the week. Yeah, fine. We are doing fine. Berlin is fine. Cold. Yeah.
Is it also is it snowing in Berlin?
No, it's not snowing, but it has been really windy. From yesterday, it was windy, and cold and rainy. Oh, yeah.
But let's motivate our people because we need that motivation that Berlin is better. Because some of you who are listening right now, we are here as a team of mobilizing team from the IBC, and we have formed an organization that's helping us to do the awareness throughout, and we are so excited. I think here the team you're seeing in front of you are the team of Germany. So you're seeing Agnes over in Stuttgart, you see Ben from Berlin, and they're here to give us a lot of information. Today we don't have the IBC team here, nor the embassy, but if you want to see the recordings, we did all the education and voters education yesterday. You can also ask your questions on the chat. We're going to receive them. Let us know where you're listening us from, and share, because yesterday we were not able to share it here. I can see Gladys here from Berlin. Welcome. And I'm going to share as well with others who are out there so that they know where we are and they're able to join us. And we are glad that you made this time to be here with us. Share, because it's all about awareness. We want to tell our people where we are, what we are doing, and why we are doing what we are doing today in terms of sharing information around the world. Because diaspora and Kenyans, yes, Kenyans, you have been given a chance that has never been there before. It's a historic, and we are looking forward that we are going to be part of the voting in Kenya. And we're doing a mobilization since November until today, and more people are getting to know about who we are and where we are and what we are doing. And we encourage you to really share with your people out there as much as possible. Let's make our people say that they didn't hear it, they didn't know about it, because that will be really, really a shame. That means our mission, we have not made it. But before we go that far, I want to let my guests introduce themselves, tell us who they are and what they do in their country. So Agnes, go ahead, and it will be an open discussion. We talk anything and everything about what we have been doing the past few months. So we keep you engaged, and also get engaged with us also on the chat. Welcome, Agnes. Introduce yourself. Tell us who you are and what you do in Stuttgart.
Okay, thank you. My name is Agnes Kimadi Fröhlich, originally from the Mount Kenya region. actually in Kenya, and I miss home right now. But in Germany, I'm here in diaspora for some time, 23 years, and that's why I'm so excited. I have been doing Afro shop business, and I still sell some of the African products that we miss from home, like Roikos and all the other stuff, even Maasai stuff and Deras and whatever. And then I also do radio moderation. I have my own live talk show, Aggie's live talk show on Radio RFM in Stuttgart, Germany. So every Sunday at 4 p.m., if you have any topic, I'm always there because I love my people. Yes, I love my people. So I like to talk about issues that affect us. And I'm a mother of 5. And yeah, I think, I don't know anymore. I'm excited about my country. That is, I think, something that is very deep in me. I love Kenya completely.
Yeah.
A lot.
And we know you also had a Afro shop that you're gonna pick it up as soon as the situation gets better.
Yes.
And
Yes.
that's where we were ordering our sugars and rice and
Yes.
those potatoes, sweet potatoes. And I happened to visit you in your shop, which was quite interesting. And you also host events as well.
Yes,
Don't
I do.
you?
Yes.
That's
Yes.
really exciting. So we are so excited. You're going to tell us more as we're going on, because we want people to get to know that we are also people. We also have a life, right? We also manage our day-to-day life, as well as trying to also mobilize everybody down there. So Ben, it's your turn. You're in Berlin. You're the man of the house. I think everybody is running after you to get in.
The man of the hour.
Yeah. We are eagerly waiting for you guys here down here.
So tell us, who is you before even tell them about what you are doing at the moment. Tell us what you're doing and who is Ben anyway in general.
Yeah, thank you very much, Joy and Agnes. It's quite an honor to have you guys this evening, man. Sitting in this platform, it's quite an honor for me. So being the patriot that I am, the way I love my country, having these meetings here to discuss our country, to discuss issues that affect us day in, day out, it's quite an honor. So as you've heard, my name's Ben Jogu. I live here in Berlin. I'm the co-founder of an organization called Kenyans United in Brandenburg. We've been here now for maybe 5 years, I would say. It's an organization that brings Kenyans together across from Berlin and Brandenburg. You know, this is the hotspot for Kenyans. This is where most Kenyans are. So we found it necessary to have all Kenyans under one group, and then we can be able to operate and from there. It's more of a welfare organization. We assist each other when there are issues, and we work very closely together also with other organizations and the government and our embassy to also try to propagate the Kenyan culture here in Germany and across. We also organize events. We bring together once in a year, bring all people together, have fun with our kids and our families. And also when opportunities also arise, when we get investment opportunities, we also put them across. We connect the investors with our community here. So that is basically what we are doing. So and also privately, I'm also a dad. I've heard Agnes has mentioned that. I'm happily married and a dad of 2 kids. We live with them here in Berlin. And yeah, so basically, and also for I'm in the logistics department. So that's basically what we are trying to do here across. So this is another opportunity when I would say that when opportunities arise that involve Kenyans and the wellness of our Kenyan community, I want to always be in the front line, because we have to push it from the front. So that is why I took this opportunity to try to also work with the entire team, the Joy and the entire team, to try and make sure that we sell this agenda that people have to come and register. We have been given the opportunity. So that is why I'm here today. But I'm sure we'll talk more about it when the right time comes. So thank you very much, Joy. Santeni.
Thank you so much for that. It's so important that the way you say it, you're here and you're also having so many things that you do in Berlin. You're also a businessman, and this is quite important for people to know what you're doing, because at the end of the day, we have to take care of our families, I have my own children as well, running everyday life, working full time, and creating time for our Kenyans, because it's so important to know that we have voluntarily to support this movement. And it's a short time one, which is having a countdown, guys. If you're here and you're listening to us, just tell us where you're listening to us from, because we're going to have every day from today and until the registration on 21st. And we already have topics that are coming up. And I'll keep you informed as we're going on. They're very interesting. Some of them are for women. One of them is for youth, and another one for general. We are calling it for men, but you're going to tell them they're going to come here and tell us what are the situations going on the ground, because there is the part that you're saying people to register. Do they know what you're supposed to do? But to tell you about the situation right now, it's about registration. And we need you to register on the 21st, which is coming on Friday. And that's when it's starting, 21st, all the way to 4th of February. And also the weekends. So the link that you're seeing down there, we're going to share with you also on the chat. We would like you, if you are able to register, and we'll give you information what you need to do to be able to register. Some of you haven't had the chance to hear about it, but it's important for you today. But I can tell you that we only have 3 days left. So 3 days as we speak right now. So these are countdown that we have been started also on the Kenya Diaspora Union of Organizations in Europe page on the Facebook. And we have 3 days left as we speak right now. So guys, it's all about Kenyan diasporans in Europe that are able to go and register on the in the embassy, that is on the Kenyan embassy. And I'm going to play a video very shortly also about what we got a message from the ambassador in Germany, so that you get those details and the streets and everything. And then we'll give you the little bits that you need to know. But the basic you need to have, let me ask Agnes and Ben to also chip in as well. What are the basic things that people need to get to be able to even start to think of making that journey to go to for the registration on 21st, which we're talking about in 3 days. 3 days, guys, from now. So I go with you, Agnes, and then Ben will add on top of that.
Well, for sure, for them to be able to, or anyone to be able to register to go to Berlin, don't go to Berlin before you get yourself a date when you are supposed to go there, because you may go there and not be able to register. So you have to register online. And first of all, you also need your passport, your Kenyan passport. For those who still have kept their Kenyan passport, you're lucky, you can vote. And what else do you need? You yourself, you need to get ready and have your passport, book your date online, and then you're ready to go. Actually, it's not much. I find it's quite easy. And then before you book your way to travel, you better have the date booked online. And should I tell more, or John, Ben Jogu, you can do the rest.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, Agnes. It's basically what you've mentioned. We know all Kenyans are aware right now that you'll only be able to vote for the president, and you just need a valid passport, a passport that you can travel with. Mm-hmm. So that is all you have, and your own self. But there's something else that in this panel that we also maybe would like to know, and would like to hear from you guys who are watching us right now, is if you've had this information, why haven't you booked an appointment with the embassy? Kindly let us know, because we will try also to gather all that information and know what is stopping you from registering. I know there are people who have different opinions. If you have any difficulties registering, if you are incurring any problem, please let us know so that we can try to find a solution together. Because we have access to the IBC team, we can always contact them. But please, if you have any issue that is stopping you from registering right now, and you have the information and you have the required documents, or even if you don't have them, just tell us it is this. So please make sure that if you're watching us from the Facebook, kindly make sure that you let us know in the comment section. And even if maybe you want to remain anonymous, you can feel free to inbox us, and the information will remain anonymous. So please feel free to share with us what is stopping you from registering, or what challenges are you facing currently when you're registering. So just like my colleague here, Agnes, has mentioned, Berlin is waiting for you. Guys, make sure that you book your slot at the embassy. That is just for the purposes of making sure that we have the numbers are balanced equally. So it has nothing, it's not a major thing. It's only that you need to have the numbers because the IBC team need to work with the capacity. So, and then make sure that you get your tested, you have your vaccine, and on top of that, you need a rapid test on the day of your travel, a rapid test that is not older than 24 hours. And you need a mask. You need an FFP2 mask. That's basically what you need when you're traveling to Berlin. So as we move on, we'll be able maybe to see you and view your questions and try to answer as much as we can. But I always put a disclaimer that the information that we are sharing is also the information that we get from the IEBC, is not us, because we don't work for the IEBC, neither do we work for the Kenyan government, or neither do we work for the embassy. We are just well-wishers. We are people who are trying to sell this information to you. So kindly know that we are putting a disclaimer. Don't say that you heard it from Joy and all that is what we are telling you, but kindly feel free to us. So let's continue engaging, bring those questions. Let's see how we can do. So back to you, Joy. Thank you.
Yeah, it's so important. As you say, the most of the information you want to get, you can either get them from, actually the main area is the website of the IEBC, www.iebc.or.ke. That's where to get most of the information. And the embassy also is giving you a lot of information on their platform, as well as you had the minimum you need to be there. As they say, the valid Kenya passport over 18 years. Very, very important that it's a valid Kenyan passport. We know some of the passports have expired because of if you had an old one, blue, it seems to have expired on 31st, but I had the embassy is trying to get the date a bit extended so that people are able, but they haven't got the feedback. As soon as we get the feedback, we are going to share with you. But until now, it ended 31st of December. So your passport is not actually valid after that. So we are they are speaking with the authorities in Kenya to see whether you get an extension on that. And then the other thing is very important, as much as registration. We are talking about registration the 31st, you are all the way to the 4th. You need to know you need to go to the Berlin 3 times, because the election day is one of them, but there is a verification that you need to verify that this is the information that you gave was right, and it's very important. And then on the 9th of August is the actual day of voting, and this is very, very important for you to be there, definitely to have the highlight of the whole activities that you have been putting these together. So if you're here, share as much as possible. Ask your question. You're going to ask as you're sending them. So I'm going to put this question that has come. Is there any other location in Europe beside Berlin? Who want to answer that?
Yeah, unfortunately, we don't have any other location. It's only Berlin for now, but we hope maybe in future, in the next upcoming elections, they maybe have identified several locations.
Yeah, this is a very interesting one. It is fun to take part in the democracy, and I have taken part from long time. So we have realized some of you have never even had the chance to vote or left the country very early. Some of you have the old system of voting. Please don't bring your voter's card. It doesn't exist anymore. And there's a little bit different of the way of voting right now, which I would like also to ask Ben to give also the overview so that people understand the kind of registration that is going now. Kenya has gone digital, but it's not digital like you can vote, but digital in a way that information is stored in a one place. Can you explain that to our people?
Yeah, thank you again, Joy. The current election is not like the way we used to have. Actually, there will be even no card that will be issued. The cards were phased out. They just be taking your biometrics. And so even the day of election, when you be going to vote come August 9th, you'll just have to put your finger and then all your data appears. So during the day of registration, when you come to Berlin to register, there'll be a form that will be filled there, and then they'll take your biometric, they'll take your fingerprints and make a photo of you. And then you'll get a slip, just a confirmation that you're a registered voter, but no longer the use of cards for those people who had voted back then. So this thing has been there since the elections of 2012. So, and that's the way it's working right now. So the team is already prepared. I'm sure they'll be arriving soon in Germany with the kit. And yeah, so basically that's it. You just be right there. The process is expected to take a few minutes. So it's not even a long process. It's not something that you have to come and start filling thousands of forms. Once you're there, as long as you've booked your appointment, it's expected the whole process won't take more than 2-3 minutes. Yeah.
Anything to add, Agnes?
Actually, not much, because he has said a lot of what's needed, what needs to be done. Because actually, I find it quite easy, because you don't have to worry. Because yesterday at the meeting, she said even if you have the biometrics taken and you get this slip and it gets lost, you can still go to the embassy on the voting day without it, because they have all this information stored. If you have your passport and you are you yourself, then you still will be able to vote, if I'm not wrong. Yes,
Okay.
back over to Joy. Yeah.
Thank you for adding that. And I can see more questions are coming in. Keep throwing them in there. We'll answer as we're going on and having short breaks in between to give you a highlight, because I'm going to share with you the message from the embassy as well. Do I still need a PCR after vaccine to come to Germany? And I'm afraid this will restrict many people, considering the inflated cost of PCR, which is more than the flight. So maybe you could tell us which country you're talking
coming
of.
from, depending on the country that you're coming from, maybe you can always inquire also with the airline if they need a PCR, because I always thought that everyone needs a PCR until recently I had somebody who was traveling and he was using a different airline that I won't mention, and he told me he went to the airline and asked if they need a PCR, and they told that he doesn't need a PCR. But anyway, it's always good to confirm from which country you're there. I think all the whole information is in the internet. You can just confirm. If you would mention maybe which country you're coming from, maybe we can also try to inquire that information for you here, maybe online, and see if we can get that information, and we'll share with you. But otherwise, confirm if you need a PCR. But at the embassy, you'll only need a day's test, and the embassy is also working to ensure that outside the embassy during the whole time, there will be someone doing the rapid test. And the rapid tests are actually, they don't cost a thing. They are free of charge. So the rapid test most probably will be offered outside the embassy. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I also wanted to add that when you're traveling per flight or whichever way you're traveling, rules are changing so much, these COVID rules. So it would be good after you book your appointment also, and when you're going, just a few days before, to check if the information has changed on the requirements of entering Germany if you're coming from outside Germany. For those inside Germany, it's not so complicated, but for those outside, apart from checking when you're buying the ticket, check also shortly before, so that you don't get to the airport and find the rules have been changed.
Okay, on that note of the COVID and all that happened, can you explain our people who are not in Germany what's this 2G plus? Because this is something that has been asked. What does that mean?
Should I do it?
Yes,
so the
go
2G
ahead.
the 2G is when you have the vaccination. You have both vaccinations, and maybe you also have been boosted, or also you have recovered. You had COVID and you got well. So this is the other G. The 1G is for the vaccination, and the other G is for if you have recovered from COVID. And then sometimes the plus, there may be also a plus for some people. That is the test which you have to do. This is the plus. I mean, that means either you are recovered or you are vaccinated, and then you do a test extra. That's what explains the 2 plus as a 2G plus in what actually is required. And the plus in this case at the embassy is the test, the rapid test that we need to do. And if you're flying, of course, then most probably the PCR or whatever the airline will require from you. That will be your plus. But you still have to, if the test was a bit older than 24 hours, you still have to do at the embassy a test to show that you're healthy to go to the embassy.
Great for that information there, because it's so important, because each country has its own wordings and forming and things, and also the masks. Can we, because I came with them last time to show what the mask that is needed, because it is not very common in any Germans. You guys, Germany, they are so detailed. Please, you need to come with, there are two type of masks, and I think most of you are using this. These are simple one, like medical mask, but in Germany this is not allowed. So in most of the public places, so the real one is this particular one, and as you can see, it's a very special one. Looks like a coffee filter, and it's called FFP2. You can get this at the embassy, I think, Ben, you are supposed to find some couple of this stuff to offer those people who will have not had it. But even at the airport or at the train station, you can grab them from the oh my God, I'm gonna say apotheke.
The pharmacies.
The pharmacy. The pharmacy where you can get this. I think even in the supermarkets. It's not only the pharmacy, supermarkets, you can get them. Some of them are very fancy pink colors. They're all sorts of interesting colors. But these are the ones that they need you to have when you go to the embassy to register, right? It's a 2 or 3 minutes, as you heard. It's not as, maybe 5 minutes with the hello Kenyan style, but it should be easier for you to go to use it. So this information is very important for you who are coming. I'm seeing questions that are coming. Thank you, everyone who's listening. Thank you for being there. Share this clip as much as possible. We want to reach more people out there, not to say they didn't know about this. I have another question here. I've paid for flight from Germany to Kenya to vote to 2 times, 2013 and 2017, Muzalendo. So I get she's mentioning she's still coming to register. So I hope, Mary, you're coming again. To register. I know it's very cold in January. Most of you are very comfortable, but please, if the main thing why we are here is to tell you, if we don't get the numbers, that opportunity will just go, meaning that we are not interested in our country political situation, and that is not true. I know the situations are very tough. We know the dates, and maybe even all of you can mention about that, why it is important for people to go to register. Maybe you can mention that, Ben, and then Agnes can follow after.
Yeah, thank you very much. And also to respond on Carol, Mary, you will not need now to go again to Kenya, because now you've gotten the opportunity. It's so good that you are Mzalendo, a true patriot of our country, Kenya. So actually, it's very, very important, as Joy is mentioning there. It's very important for us because we need those numbers. In we people in diaspora, we are only noticed when it comes to the remittances. I saw a report that last year alone, you Kenyans in diaspora, you pumped 411 billion shillings. In the year 2021 alone, you pumped 411 billion Kenya shillings into the Kenyan economy. That's not small amount of money. That's an amount that can run a whole country for a whole year. So now it's not only about money. Now we need also to be heard. We need to have our voice. We need to have a say in who runs our country, in how our country should be run. So, and because now the 2010 Constitution gave us that right in written form, that it is our right now to vote wherever you are. I think it's very important that we make use of this opportunity. Let our numbers be heard. Let us be seen not only on paper, but they know that we are there. Personally, I have a very big dream that one time we'll have representatives in the parliament, and from there, from the diaspora. So at least if that thing has to happen, they have to see the numbers. So then we can be able, because I think after this now the next step will be to push to have a representative directly at the parliament and directly at the Senate where the laws are made, so that we have somebody who speaks the voice of the diaspora. So we can only do that if we have the numbers. And then it's also good because at a long run, it will also make when the government is making decisions, they'll now be able to see the true number of diasporans, and then they'll be able to make decisions based on the numbers. And unlike before, when they don't know exactly how many people we are, so in most times we are ignored. They only mention the diasporas when they see the money that you send home. So I think this is a very, very, very crucial opportunity. And I'm also even encouraging, because the other places in diaspora, the US, the UK, they're also working hard, and I think it's also time for us, people in Europe, also to show that they always maybe think that we don't have people in Europe. And then when it comes to services, there are issues. There are things like if you go to the UK and US, the IDs are processed there. We don't have IDs processed here in Germany, and that has been an issue. We always have those people asking, because if you need a passport, you need first of all an ID, and if you don't have an ID, you cannot be able to apply for a passport. But now, if we show them the numbers, then we can be able to push for services like have the IDs processed here in Germany or any other European country, so you don't need to travel to UK. People have been having to travel to UK if you need to have your ID processed, and any other services. I think also investment ideas will also become. We'll have to, if we have the numbers, we'll be in a position to attract more investors, people who want to work with us. So if they see the numbers, they'll be able to approach us and know that we have the numbers, and they'll be willing to work with us. So that's basically what, but maybe I think Agnes can add something else as we move on, but it's very, very important, my dear Kenyans.
Yeah, actually, I really agree on everything you said. That would have been my own points as well, because I think we have been sidelined in so many ways because we didn't have a voice. And that's my issue too. We need to be heard, and we can only be heard if we are many. Like if you see how many people are being heard, even within Germany, are those communities that scream louder and have bigger numbers. And most of the time, the African community is sidelined because we are not many, or we don't unite when we start making noise. So you'll have pockets saying here, pockets saying something here, but we are not together. And that's the importance of us joining together and making numbers. And one thing that I think is so important to even be heard and to have the services and to get the security is because if we don't join together, we could lose this golden opportunity, not just for us, but for our future generations. We may not be so keen on voting and everything now, but our children who still remain Kenyans, who have the Kenyan passports, they need this place. Let's secure this place. They need this place so that in future they also can vote, because I have talked with some people and they tell me, no, I'm not interested. I've not been doing politics and all that. You may not need it for yourself, although it's voluntary, but maybe your children will need that. And you will have done them a service, a very important service, if you make sure that this location stays. So, I mean, I'm just adding to what he said. And I think the other thing is, even if we are here and we have everything here, what we need, but we are building and investing in our countries. We want security there. We want to be talking when things are happening there because we are investing there, businesses, houses, whatever. So we need to be able to be heard and to have security there. Without economical, political security and stability in our country, you cannot invest. Then what you're investing is useless because you cannot guarantee that it's safe when you need to go there or when you want to visit. You don't want to go to a country that is run down. So what we do now is actually affecting everything. It's affecting everything you invest in back home. So let's mobilize. Even if you don't have the passport, tell whoever whoever has a passport, tell the others, motivate the others, because it's actually, you're helping protect your own interests as well. Yeah, back to Joy.
Yeah, I mean, you are just amazing because you hit the nail at the head. Exactly that's what we want. The whole idea is that it's not about just us, like me, who are volunteering and Ben, it's about everybody out there, because it's important to share this information. Let them know there is this opportunity. Whoever can go to register, because we are here talking about registration on the 21st, that is coming in on Friday, all the way to 15th on 4th of February. So it is our role and your role to help us mobilize. This work we're doing is voluntary and it's for our children. Tomorrow, the youth will be here as well on this platform, on the page, talking to you about the youth, because the youth are the hugest number in the continent and we cannot ignore them. They will be here also talking to the youth because they have a voice. And actually, in Kenya, they have been encouraged a lot with that. But going back to the discussion for today, and I can acknowledge everybody who is listening to us here. I can see all of you putting comments there. all the way. Thank you. That is good that the ID Germany, somebody's answering somebody else in Germany. Yeah, there's quite a lot of improvements that would be there, but right now it's the Kenyan passport that is the only one that is required. I can see Ken Omoni, the other location in Europe is London in UK. That's very true. There are so many locations in the US, in Qatar, in Canada, in UAE, yeah. So, and also even in the continent that was there before. So there's so much going on there. Keep sharing us your comments, your questions. Let's engage. Let's see what you're thinking about the whole idea. But before that, maybe we want to hear from the people themselves, the ambassadors. What do they have for you? So there is a clip for you from the Embassy of Kenya here in Berlin with a message about what is going to happen on the registration day all the way to the voting time.
From a cold and snowy Berlin here on Wednesday, 12th January 2022, I welcome you to the Embassy of the Republic of Kenya in Germany. I convey my warmest New Year greetings from my team to you all and your families. Today, I would like to announce the registration of voters in diaspora from Friday, 21st January 2022 to Friday, 4th February 2022. As we carefully maneuver around the strictures and challenges that COVID-19 pandemic has imposed on us, my team and I here in the Embassy of Kenya in Berlin will continue to serve you efficiently and with a smile, especially as we anticipate a peaceful, prosperous, and productive and busy year. An important priority for us this year will be the general elections on Tuesday, 9th August 2022. We are happy that the IEBC, Independent Electoral and Boundaries Commission, has moved quickly to further enable us in diaspora to vote in these elections. Last year, the IEBC sent a team here in Berlin to ascertain our readiness to host the registration exercise and the elections. Kenyans in diaspora are deeply delighted that we were chosen, and I can confirm we are ready for both exercises. The diaspora and its myriad organization will, together with the IEBC, manage the process. On Friday, 21st January 2022, from 9 a.m. to 1 p.m. and again from 2 p.m. to 5 p.m., the voter registration exercise in Europe will commence here in Berlin, Germany. It will end on Friday, 4th February 2022. The address of our embassy, our new premises, is Ryan Babena Lane, 49 14199 in Berlin. The exercise will exclusively be run by IEBC and their chosen representatives in the diaspora. The embassy's role is facilitative, yani kuwezesha IEBC ifanye kazi yake. In order to facilitate the exercise, Mr. Alexander Njuguna Karuma and Mr. Isaac Mamojima will be the point of contact and interlocution with the embassy. They can be reached via telephone at 49-170-565-3817 or via the email on registration@kenyaembassyberlin.de. Wakenya wenzangu, this is a historic occasion. It's a historic opportunity. Let's make good use of it. I entreat my fellow diasporans to come out in large numbers and register to vote, and eventually to vote. Now, our website is www.kenyaembassyberlin.de and will reflect details of the arrangement and others, as will the Facebook and Twitter handles of the embassy. For now, warmest salams, karibuni balozi wa Kenya Ujerumani. Mimi mfanyikazi wenu naitwa Toma Molo, balozi wa Kenya Ujerumani. Asanteni sana.
Niaje wase. TapTap Send Money Transfer has launched its app in Kenya. Send money to M-Pesa and Kenyan bank accounts. Send money quickly at the best rate. Hassle-free. Available in the UK, France, Italy, Spain, Netherlands, Belgium and Germany. Tumaki too.
Wow, wow. I hope you did hear the message. It was quite clear and understandable. What do you think about that, Agnes, when you saw this video coming out from the embassy as well as Ben? I start with you, Agnes, as we go to Ben.
Okay, I'm excited. I like it that the embassy is part of the game, is supportive, is how do you say, they're just supporting the work. Actually, it's the work of the IEBC, but they're there to support and to facilitate that this event is working and that everything goes without problems. You know, it's very, very important that we have them also seeing the importance. Now, if there would be no cooperation between them, it will not work, because we need the embassy for this exercise to be done. So, and I'm very, very happy. I met the ambassador too, and I can say he's a very committed, patriotic man. And I'm glad that Ben Jogu, you have him right there, and I'm sure you've done a lot. I saw you also how committed you are. And I think with this combination, with a team like Ben Jogu's and the embassy, we're gonna hit it. We're gonna make it. We're gonna make it. So I'm so excited to have an ambassador who is very committed to the cause of promoting the Kenyan affairs and even here in diaspora. Personally, I'm so thankful. It was very nice to hear what he said and to know that they stand behind the whole exercise. It's really nice. Ben.
Yes, and to add on what Agnes is saying, it's quite important that we see that the embassy is also right in the forefront of encouraging people to come and vote. So, dear Kenyans, the most important thing that I'm also seeing from that video is that you know the embassy is your home and they are welcoming you. We have a very vibrant ambassador there, Mr. Amolo. He's a very cooperative guy and a really vibrant person who is ready to work together with the Kenyans. So I think that message was basically to give people the confidence of working very closely with the embassy also and making it your home. That they are ready. I've been in touch with them. I've been closely working together now with the embassy for the last few days just to ensure that things are running smoothly. So, and they've assured us that everything is set. They'll be ready to receive the IBC team and receive the Kenyans residing across Europe. And also I want also to remind you, because we have people around here who think that the embassy is sort of a government office or police. They always fear. They don't even want to get close to it. The ambassador is very much welcoming and is telling us everywhere to remind people that you have to come. I mean, and the most important thing, it's actually the embassy is not the one that will be registering people. It will be the IEBC. They're only facilitating. So they're offering them a place there. So you will not find that you workers from the embassy taking your passport and doing all that. Everything will be handled by the IEBC team. So, and whatever the IBC just needs from you is your passport, and they just need the front page there where your data is. They're not interested in the other pages. So they're just interested in the front page where your information is. So feel free, much welcome. Berlin is waiting for you. And as you've heard from Balozi, he's even given the contacts of people because it has 2 dedicated workers there. As he has mentioned Mr. Karuma and Mr. Isaac, and even given out their telephone number. So you're even free to contact them directly and get all the information that you need. So, Santi.
Wow, that is so informative. That's why we are so happy to see embassy collaborating, because you always hear different stories, but it's good when embassies work with the Kenyans in the diaspora, not only in Kenya, I mean in generally, because there's so much, and as you were saying, we need a diaspora desk where we can bring our issues, where problems. I know, like there was issue of huduma, there was issues of passports, but as I can tell you, most of the embassy, not only here in Germany, also in UK, they're trying very hard to make sure that your passport that have not been renewed to be renewed as fast as possible and get the new passport. And this has been happening as we speak. I heard also in the UK, they're also doing that very actively. So if you still want to vote, or even if you want to change your passport right now, this is the time to do it. I'm telling you, it's going to be very, very fast, and it's going to be activated quickly. So take that initiative. It's very important. I'm sharing there the link to register for those people who have a valid Kenya passport. They are over 18 and they can appear in person, because this something is very important. You have to be there in presence for registration, verification, and voting. It's a very, very important thing to do for all of you out there. And any other important, because we want to keep this video discussion only for 1 hour, because tomorrow we have more information. Every day there will be more information for you, and let us know if there's anything else we left there, because I also want to share a little bit of clips that we did also mobilizing as well, not only here in Kenya. Also hoping, because what I've noticed with you also, I don't know about you, Beth, is that other countries are envying us, because like Nigeria, not so many countries have been given this opportunity to vote. And so it's an opportunity for Kenyans. So that's something that I noticed, and they're all looking up onto us. So we better do this thing good, right? So I hand over to you. If you have any other comment you have to put in there before I share some of the videos that we did more discussion today at the BBC African.
Again,
ahead,
okay. I go ahead. Okay, I am just motivating everybody, because it's a right, it's a privilege. It's, of course, in baby steps, but we have it. And that's what you're talking about. We have it, we have this chance. Let's use it. Let's motivate the others to use it, and let's fight to keep this place. I will always keep, even on my show, I will keep repeating it, because I find it so historical for me. For me, after 23 years in Germany, finally being able to do this is for me like getting a baby after waiting for 23 years, So yeah. And but there was something about the masks that I think we did not say, that it's not just at the embassy that you need this mask. I think the whole of Berlin. This Ben can maybe clarify that. I think everywhere in buses and trains, you need to have the same mask that you need at the embassy. I think that one we did. Yeah, this one. I think if I'm not wrong, Ben, maybe you can correct me if I'm wrong.
Yes, Agnes.
Mm. Yeah. So that people know. Yeah, so that people know it's not just at the embassy you need this one, but everywhere where you are. And Germany is very strict on such things. If it's written somewhere, it is like in the Bible and Quran. So you have to follow it. Otherwise, you end up paying fine where you are not expecting. And, remember, we are trying to keep the costs low. We are not getting any compensation from anyone. We are doing it because we are patriotic. We are wazalendo. So whatever you invest, you're investing actually in your own investigation in your country, for your own things that you're doing to make the country stable. So don't feel pain. We are wazalendo for Kenya. Let's go register.
Yes, Agnes, and just to clarify on that, yeah, it's true. In Berlin, in restaurants, you need what they are calling the 2G plus. I think you had explained what the G's stand for. Yeah. So in restaurant, you need the plus also. So you need to either be vaccinated, recovered, and plus a test or a booster that is not older than 3 months. And then also in public means, you also need to have either a test. If you're using public means the trains and the buses, you need also to either be vaccinated or be tested. And also in the public means you need to use that FFP2 mask, the one that Joy had shown us. So, but otherwise, you guys, you are very much welcome. The team in Berlin will also be sharing our numbers. You can always call us if you have any question. We are ready to receive you. And for my team that is also listening here in Berlin, I had requested you, if you can host one or two people in your apartment or in your house, kindly let me know. There are people who maybe you have a place you can let someone rest the head. Kindly inbox me, let me know, so that we can be able to help everyone where they are, because at times the costs can be too high. Imagine having to travel 3 times to Berlin, and maybe you're coming from the farthest corner of Europe, Portugal or Spain. I mean, it can be really expensive. So please, if you are in a position to host someone, kindly let me know, and I'll also let you know. Or even if you'll be having your time and you feel that you can be able to transport 1 or 2 people around, let me also know. Yeah, thank you.
So maybe you can share your number on the chat, and I'll share with them here so that we can give the numbers. We had given them before, but put them on the private chat, and I'm going to share here. There's a long comment here. Some Kenyans already denounced their Kenyan citizen by default or automatically when they regained other countries' citizenship. They still retain their ID. I think this is part of the reason why they will not allow us for ID for diaspora in case of any election, despite in dispute in regards to credibility.
Right.
So, what's your comment on that one?
Well, I think it could be a reason, but we don't know. Actually, the thing they said is because we are outside the country and outside the continent. Because in East African diaspora, they can use the IDs. So it's not just the issue of being in diaspora, but being outside the East African diaspora. So we have to use our valid passports. If we can travel with it, then it's valid. I think that's the main reason the people from IEBC said or named as a reason. So the other one could be the under reason also, because of course it would be unfair. You are German and then you go and vote. It would bring also a lot of confusion, because if you are German and then you are voting as a Kenyan, it could be a bit problematic. So I think that's the reason they gave. If I'm not wrong.
Yeah,
Joy or Ben, you can correct me.
Yeah, we lost Ben for some seconds. He might join again. And yes, that's a very good reason that normally if you in Germany only allowed one citizenship. So as soon as German allows that, then you can be able to go ahead with that. And in terms of in Kenya, you have dual citizenship as well. But the thing is that that's the reason you mentioned there. It's they need to make sure that the one you can travel with, you can be able to be able to register as well and vote. So that's very important. It's gonna be put on the table next time, because it has stopped so many people as well, and seeing how to do about it. And this issue, actually, the way you're talking about it, I raised it as well on this discussion that I'm going to put up right now, that we had just had on the BBC, to share with you as well what we are also doing to promote our country out there.
So Dr. Haya, ni makala inaangazia habari za biashara zinazokuhusu. I'm Maya Hayek. Our Money Daily starts right now. There are numerous elections happening around the continent this year, with some that will ensure continuance of governance, such as Kenya, Angola, and Senegal, and some to restart democratic processes. Here we have countries such as Libya, Somalia, Mali, Guinea, and Chad, which are all tentatively scheduled to hold elections that have been delayed or disrupted for various reasons. Now, it's not just the people in country who are keeping an eye on the elections. There are 140 million Africans in the diaspora who are also going to make their voices heard in their home countries. The World Bank has noted that the diaspora will be critical in the post-pandemic recovery, and especially through remittances. Remittance flows to sub-Saharan African countries dropped by 23% from $48 billion in 2019 to just $37 billion in 2020. In Somalia, where delayed elections are expected to be held in February, remittance inflows in 2018 were equal to 25% of GDP. To understand more on the role of the African diaspora in the political processes back home, I spoke to Joy Mashugu Zenz, the chairperson of African Women in Europe, and I began by asking her what role Africans in the diaspora play in the political and economic development of a country.
economically. We are sending remittance in the continent, and especially in Kenya, and we should be seeing the amount that we do. Although it's only going for consumption use, some of us are really using it in investing in the population and politically, and that's where the diasporans should be also be involved.
What challenges have been hindering the diaspora from fully participating in the economic and democratic processes of their countries in Africa?
In general, let's say it's information. Being from a distance from the diaspora, meaning out of the continent, we lack a lot of information. And that's where we would say the challenges is the lack of getting to know when the decisions are being made, to be at the table and be put at the right organizations to be able to air their issues that they're facing.
What about legal challenges, looking at whether they're allowed to vote and being part of, dual citizenship and things like that? Are there challenges in that area too?
Yes, there's a lot of challenges in dual citizenship, especially here in the diaspora. I can speak of Germany, where we only have we're only allowed one citizenship. That means you have to give up. Most of the African countries, apart from Nigeria, they have to give up their citizenship.
You are involved in a campaign to sensitize the Kenyan diaspora in Europe to register as voters. What do you hope to achieve out of this?
Yes, there are two main things. Because of the time limit that we were given, were only put in the last minute, especially the diaspora outside the continent in Africa, is that the awareness. Because most of the time we realize the government reaches when they need a lot of remittance, but now they're reaching us to also take part in the political. So we are very excited. Europe has been also one of them, and we were put also the last minute. As we speak right now, on 21st, the Kenyans in the diaspora, I will be going to the Kenyan embassy in Berlin to vote.
So, Dr. haya ni makala inaangazia habari za biashara zinazokuhusu. Uchambuzi wa kina na mahojiano ni Telines Mwashigadi. Tuanze. Nchi kadhaa barani Afrika zinatarajiwa kuandaa uchaguzi zao kuu mwaka huu. Nchi kama vile Kenya, Angola na Senegal zinaandaa uchaguzi ambazo zitatumika kuzalisha viongozi wapya na kuendeleza utawala. Lakini nchi nyingine kama vile Libya, Somali, Mali, Guinea na Chad ambazo chaguzi zao zilicheleweshwa au kuvurugika kwa sababu mbalimbali. Hii itakuwa fursa ya kuanzisha upya mchakato wa kidemokrasia. Lakini kutokana na umuhimu wao, chaguzi hizi zitafuatiliwa kwa karibu sio tu na wapiga kura katika nchi hizo. Naam, Waafrika milioni 140 walioko ughaibuni pia wanataka sauti zao zisikike katika nchi zao asilia. Benki ya Dunia imebaini kuwa wahamiaji katika nchi za ng'ambo watachangia pakubwa kuleta afueni ya kiuchumi kwa nchi za Afrika kutokana na athari ya janga la COVID-19. Barani Afrika, fedha zilizotumwa na wahamiaji kwenye nchi zao za asili zilipungua kutoka asilimia 23 kutoka dola bilioni 48 mwaka 2019 hadi dola bilioni 33 mwaka 2020. Nchini Somalia ambako uchaguzi unatarajiwa kufanyika Februari mwaka huu, kiasi cha fedha kilichotumwa na wahamiaji mwaka 2018 kilikuwa dola bilioni 1.4 ambapo ni sawa na asilimia 25 ya pato la taifa. Hili kufahamu zaidi nafasi ya Waafrika walioko nchi za nje katika mchakato wa kisiasa katika nchi zao za asilia, nimezungumza naye Agnes Kimathi ambaye ni mtangazaji wa kipindi cha Aggies Live Talk Show huko Ujerumani, na nilianza kwa kumuuliza Waafrika walioko ughaibuni wana nafasi gani katika maendeleo ya kisiasa na kiuchumi ya nchi zao asilia. Tumsikize.
Mahitaji yetu yenye yanayofaa kuangaliliwa hayaangaliwi mahali tunapoishi. Kwa hivyo tukiwa na nafasi kupiga kura kwa nchi zetu, tunakuwa na nafasi nzuri kuweza kuelezea mahitaji yetu kama tuko na sauti kwa nchi zetu halisi.
Je, changamoto ni zipi ambazo zimekuwa zikiwakumba hasa wale ambao wanaishi nje?
Changamoto ni nyingi kwa sababu tunataka pia kusikika na hatusikiki kama hatuna nafasi ya kupiga kura. Kwa hivyo changamoto ni nyingi. Safari pia tuwezi tukafanya kila wakati kunakopigwa kura. Lazima tuweko nchi yetu tutaka kupiga kura. Kwa hivyo hizo ni changamoto zimetushika sana.
Unahisi ni masuala gani ambayo yanafaa yaangaziwe kiukamilifu ili kuhakikisha kwamba wanaoishi nje wanashiriki katika masuala haya ya uchaguzi, kisiasa, kidemokrasia na kiuchumi katika mataifa asilia wanakotokea?
Kuna mambo mengi yanafaa kuangaliliwa, haki za wenye wanaoishi nchi yetu halisi, kwa sababu tukiwa huku pia tunachanga pesa na mali yetu kujenga nchi zetu. Kwa hivyo mahitaji yetu pia yanafaa kuangaliwa. Tunafaa kusikika pia tunapohitaji kitu fulani, pengine katika kwa balozi, tukitaka kuuliza mambo hatuweze kufika kwa balozi direct, kamili kabisa. Lazima tupitie watu wetu wanaotusimamia kule nyumbani. Tuseme kama nimejenga nyumba nyumbani, kwangu nyumbani mtaani, lazima niweze kuongea na mjumbe mwenye yuko pale, kumwambia mahitaji yangu kule kijijini, kwa sababu nikienda kwa balozi hataweza kuelewa. Ni njia nyingi sana tunafaa kutengenezewa ndio tuwe na mahali pa kupeleka shida zetu, kupitia wanasiasa pia, sio tu kuandika barua kwa balozi.
Matarajio yako ni yapi ukiangazia kwamba mataifa mengi barani Afrika yanaelekea uchaguzi mwaka huu? Kenya ni moja wapo ya nchi ambazo zinaelekea katika uchaguzi.
Natarajia kuwe na amani, kusiwe na vita, watu waweze kusikizana wakati wa kupiga kura, wasianze kupigana kikabila kama vile tulivyoona kwa miaka iliyopita. Kuwe na amani, haswa wanasiasa wajue vile wanavyoongea na wananchi, wasije wakaongea vitu zinaweza kuwaleta katika hali ya vita.
Niaje wase. TapTap Send Money Transfer has launched its app in Kenya. Send money to M-Pesa and Kenyan bank accounts. Send money quickly at the best rate, hassle-free. Available in the UK, France, Italy, Spain, Netherlands, Belgium and Germany. Too mucky too.
Wow. That was so much information. That was actually today. We did all that between me and Agnes, and sharing information is very important, and that's what we're doing today. So as we go to close down, we've lost Ben. I hope he would still make it. It's having technical issue, but we want to thank you all who have joined us today. Tomorrow we'll be here again. We have answered so many questions, and we continue answering you tomorrow. I can see still more questions coming up. Can we still use Kenyan ID instead of passport? No, that's have not been accepted. It's according to the law of Kenya. The diasporans who are outside, apart from the East Africa, will have to use the Kenyan passport, a valid Kenyan passport. So just to go through again the steps, you need to be over 18 years of age. Of course, there's so many students out there. We also need to be there in person, definitely, to present yourself, to register, to verify, and voting. And all this is happening at the embassy of Kenyan Embassy. For you to end the dates, you have been given a big 15 days from 21st to 4th of February, weekends included. So you can choose as much as possible, whichever day works for you. And you need to register before you go, so that because of the COVID situation, they need to plan themselves. But it doesn't have, even if you arrive, they will still attend to you. That's how I understand. So, but it's better to be organized so that you don't go and get turned back, but which is very unlikely. But keep to the rules. Especially the COVID rules are the ones which are going to hinder you most. Please make sure that you keep to the 2G plus as you had. You have to have been vaccinated and also tested for within 24 hours. Do the rapid tests, and they're gonna offer this at the embassy as well if you haven't done. But if you're flying, you should have gotten it anyway. But if you're in Germany, you are going to have that. Making sure that you have a station at the embassy to allow that. I heard there will be a lot of checks up of the police coming around the embassy, but it's just doing their job to make sure that the rules are kept at the embassy. But we are very, very sure that it's going to be smooth. And Ben said we really, really need to get you people, share the information, please. Awareness. let's not be mean. It's not about me. It's not about I. It's not about Ben. We have done our part. If the next time somebody asks, why did you not, I did not know this, we'll send them to their leader and their organizations, because you are the people to pass the information. We can only reach that far. Information is important. You can always reach us. We also have an email account that we've created. If you need any information, if you want to be part of us as well, reach out to us. We have a WhatsApp group that you're sharing a lot of information to the organization leaders. So please do that. You can join us as well. We have we have created a email account that just for the communication with us. Don't forget, the main communication is just outside there with the IEBC. That's very important. But I'm going to put in the chat the email address where you can reach us. But the main place to get all the information about the whole what is going on is the IEBC. Do you have any parting word before we close, Agnes?
Well, my parting word is just to encourage everybody, take chance of this possibility. Don't let it slip. Let's keep this location going, and let's go and register. And tell your friends, if you don't have the Kenyan passport, tell anybody else you know somebody, guaranteed. Everybody knows somebody who still has the Kenyan passport. And I look forward to having as many people as possible, maybe even more as the ones that are expected. Let's do this. All the best.
Thank you so much. As well, everybody outside there, even if you're not registering, you can, and you know, be there. Maybe you can come and join us and celebrate on the 9th. Let's celebrate it with those people who have really pushed that to the and currently the ones who are able to do it, as we work on making it even more for all of us. Please, you can also join us, as I said, the 9th of August. There will be a lot of planning. Ben is doing a lot of parties and church organization and community. I mean, it's going to be a very good time. We'll all be there as well on the 9th of August. Please join us to also encourage those people who are going to register, because they can, and they're representing us, and we will be so happy to be with you there. So thank you so much for joining us, and I wish you a lovely evening. Before I go, tomorrow, as I said, every day from now, we'll be having different people coming and talking different topics. So we are on the 3-day countdown right now. Mm-hmm. So tomorrow we'll be here again with our team, the youth. The youth will be here. They have their stage. Victoria and Katha will be here together with Henry Osewi, and he's gonna be here talking about why youth should be here. Check out on this. We'll be sharing it on our page, Facebook, Kenya Diaspora Union of Organization in Europe. That's where we will be sharing the link, but it will be live on Facebook as it is right now. So the youth, and then Wednesday we'll have women. Hey, wanawake, women and youth have been put at the center of voting. So next Wednesday, ni wanawake watakuwa hapa. We will be talking stories and sharing with you what we know. So far, we are so happy to have so many organizations coming in. We have women in Sweden, women in Norway, women in Germany, and they will be here with us as well, sharing with us. And then the Thursday, we'll also have a big discussion here. If you want to know which parties, because also some of you don't know who to elect, even if you're going there, and you'll be getting a bit of information what elections, which parties are there. So that, and the presidential candidate is the right one that we should be voting. So this will be there. So thank you so much, Agnes, for joining me. Ben, thank you so much for being here with us, because unfortunately you didn't manage to be here all throughout. But Ben has a lot of information. If you check on our email and write it to us, you're going to share with you information of hotels they have put together and so much activities. And he'll be coming here over the next days, giving you more info. So I wish you a good day. And I want to share with you a little information that you also know what is diaspora, what is there for you diaspora out there that you can benefit as well. So bye-bye, Agnes. And I wish you a good day too.
Bye. Bye-bye.
Caring for your loved ones while far can be challenging. Are you a Kenyan, Nigerian, or Ghanaian supporting family back at home? Or do you live in a city and support family away from you? We know you care. We care too. Introducing Diaspora Care, an easy way to pay for healthcare services. Say no to the frustration, mistrust, inconvenience, and expensive way to transact. Pay now stress-free in easy steps. 1. Download the Diaspora Care app. 2. Register as a supporter. 3. Attach your card or load your wallet via mobile money. 4. Add a beneficiary. Pay for your beneficiary's medication from the comfort of your phone. Enjoy speed, high speed of transaction, affordability, low cost of transactions, accountability, wallet management, trust, guarantee that the money is spent on actual medical services and no other things, convenience, transact from your mobile phone, quality care, guarantee quality medication, be in control. Get medication invoices real time and pre-approve how much you spend on your loved one's care. Living abroad? Feel at home with Diaspora Care. Download the app on Google Play Store or iOS. For more information, visit www.diasporacare.com or send an enquiry through hello@diasporacare.com.
Niaje wase. TapTap Send Money Transfer has launched its app in Kenya. Send money to M-Pesa and Kenyan bank accounts. Send money quickly at the best rate. Hassle-free. Available in the UK, France, Italy, Spain, Netherlands, Belgium and Germany. Tumakitu.